Hi there, Scott here. Welcome to the channel. We're gonna work on a non-functional laptop. This is a 1-year-old Dell Vostro laptop. At this point, it doesn't matter if it's an HP or it's an Asus, it's an Acer, or it's a Lenovo. They all have a same problem. Pretty much what I think is gonna happen with this. But let's start at the beginning. Let's take a look at our charger. If you have a charger, you probably have some kind of indicator light that the charger is receiving power. It's actually functional. Like, we don't have to plug anything into the laptop. This light has to be on as soon as you plug it into the power source. So it's plugged into the receptacle, but unfortunately it is not charging the laptop. So what can you do? Like, maybe you can use a multimeter, but to be honest, in the past 20-25 years since I've been doing IT, I haven't really seen a faulty charger. If there is any problem with the charger, there is always physical damage. The cable breaks right here, or it's not plugged in, or it's not receiving power, or there's gonna be some end. Uh, the cable gonna have some sort of damage. You're gonna see the wires are dangling in here. Sometimes just wear and tear. Sometimes people trip through the cable, and also, so we see the green indicator light that this thing is actually charging. I'm gonna drop this down, and let's plug into the laptop to the charging port and see what happens. So we can see there is absolutely nothing happens. There is an indicator light on the side of the laptop and it's off. So it looks like the charger is functional, but we are not receiving power. Okay, so that's not good. So let's do one of the most common thing which will fix most of the laptops. Press and hold the power button while the charging cable is disconnected, and just keep holding this button for about 10-15 seconds. And this technically what it does, it drains everything from the circuit board. If there is any fluke, any possibility that this laptop will be up and running in a couple minutes, then this is the best thing what we can do. Press and hold the power button down, and then let the power button go and plug the charger cable back in and see what happens. So the indicator light is still not on, which is not a good sign, but in some cases I've seen when the battery runs completely out, sometimes it takes somewhere between 1 to 5 minutes for the charger being connected and this charging light to come on. The battery is so out, it's completely ran out of juice and it's just sitting there, and the laptop is unable to charge it right off the bat. So just be patient, wait a few minutes, let the charger cable be connected and see what happens. Also, if you connect this charger cable, don't hit the power button right off the bat. Just wait a couple minutes, because sometimes if the power cable is connected, the laptop might gonna do a diagnostic with a black screen. It will turn itself on. You're gonna see this light, or in here, the power light might comes on. You're gonna hear the fan is running. It maybe you're gonna see some indicator that the hard drive or a solid state is also working, and then all of a sudden the laptop will shut itself down, which is totally normal. Like, if there's not a motherboard issue or some kind of component failing, this could be something called a pre-boot check. This is totally normal, so it will shut itself down. So if that's the case, don't panic, we're still good. Then after you waited, let's say 3 minutes, and maybe this light came on, you hit the power button one time and the laptop will probably boot up fine. But as you can see, we don't have that option. Unfortunately, this light is still not indicating that the laptop is receiving power. So depends on what kind of laptop you have. You might have a secondary port to charge the laptop. If you have a USB-C port, just like this other Dell Latitude laptop. So if you can look at it, we still have this Dell small round sized port in here. We can plug this in here and see if this indicator light comes on or not. There is another option. If you have a laptop with a USB-C port, that's not just a data port, it's also a power port. Almost all of them is capable to receive power. So let's see what would happen if we would have a charger and we would just plug it in. So what if you don't have a Dell charger? What if you have an HP, a Lenovo, or an Amazon Kindle charger? Anything with a USB-C, even if this laptop has a 65-watt charger, if you have a 35, 45, it will start charging. It can bring the device back on. So let's plug this in and see what happens. So the light is off, and then about 5 seconds later, I see that the light started blinking. So if you have a second port or USB-C, all good. This laptop will turn on when we hit the power button. Okay, so this is functional, but let's get back to the original laptop and let's see what's up with that laptop. So unfortunately, we don't have a USB-C port, but commonly what happens is the battery is in some kind of locked up state. I don't think there is a specific word for that, but normally what we do is we remove the bottom cover, we disconnect the battery, we connect our charger, and we're hitting the power button and see if the laptop comes on. And normally it does. We shut everything down. We're gonna connect the original battery back on, and we're gonna hit the power button and see if it comes on. In most of the cases it comes on. There's some cases it will not, that either the laptop has a physical damage, maybe it's some liquid damage, or maybe the motherboard just failed, or a BIOS failed in a Windows update process, because Windows can update our BIOS now on laptops and desktops. That is also a possibility. So right now, at this point, before we remove the back cover, I would like to ask you to check the warranty, and this is gonna be critical, because even if we're gonna be able to fix this laptop, I will explain at the end of the video what a Dell service tech was telling me or recommending me to do. So let's flip this laptop to the bottom side. If you have a manufacturing date, this states that 2023, so hopefully this laptop is still under warranty. In a Dell case, you can go to dell.com and do support, and there is a special number. It's called ST service tag. You just put that in and it will tell you if the laptop is under warranty or not. I believe it does not, so that's not looking good. But if you do, please open a ticket, regardless if you can fix this or not, and work with a support, and they will tell you they're exactly the same. They're probably not going to tell you to remove the back cover and unhook the battery. Some Lenovo laptops or some other brands has a little pinhole right here, and all you have to do is just have a paper clip, press and hold the battery reset button. That's how common is this issue now, that we have a hole in here on some models, and you just do this without removing the back plate and a back cover. So, and just open up a ticket, because what we are doing in here, even if we can fix this, we are establishing that there was some sort of problem, and while the laptop was still under warranty, and that's will be critical. So let's go ahead and remove the screws. Unfortunately, this laptop is in really bad shape. Normally what I would do is I would go ahead and here take a picture with my cell phone, print that picture out, and every single screw coming out from somewhere, I would put it in a picture of this laptop to the exact spot. Some of the screws might be longer, some of them could be shorter. If you mix up which screws goes where, you can damage this laptop or any laptop. So it's critical, if the screws are not completely identical and matching, to take note which screws were located where. Depends on what kind of laptop are you working with. This process to remove the back cover could be extremely easy or could be quite difficult. Even as a service tech, sometimes you're struggling, because depends on what kind of laptop you're actually working on. Maybe the gap is super small to start praying this apart. Sometimes you use an opener, it's almost like a guitar pick, or even thicker than that, to try to find an opening. Usually around the latches is a good chance we have something. If there is anything on the side, I wouldn't start praying around the ports, just to make sure you're not gonna break these ports off by accident. So by going by the latches, this is pretty easy. Looks like we're gonna be able to, we don't even need to use an opener. All I have to do is just run my finger, and hopefully this will just pop apart. Okay, and just keep going around until the whole cover plate is being removed. So I'm gonna remove the cover plate, and I'm gonna, the screws are still falling out, so make sure we are not losing any screws. Also looks like one of the lag is already missing from here, so I'm gonna try to order a lag. Is this a problem that this has 3 lags? No, but I had a problem in the past when I did not notice that on my service laptop one of the lag was missing, and while I was stacking things uh, on my hand to carry brand new laptops to a client, and I put my service laptop on the top. That missing leg scraped the top brand new laptop cover right away, to the point when we had to order a brand new laptop and take it out a couple of days later because I completely ruined the top of the laptop, the brand new laptop. So let's see what we have here. I see a couple things in here which is will need it to be fixed. I see the fan is super dirty. We're gonna clean that out and put brand new thermal paste on it. I don't know, it's a 1-year-old laptop, how can be this dirty? But this can have effect on a performance greatly. What I see in here is we have 2 RAM slot. We have, this must be dual channel. It probably has 16 gigs of RAM. We can just pop the RAM. And also, so most of the cases, we're gonna go ahead and unhook this battery cable in here very carefully, and we're gonna connect our charger. We're gonna flip this laptop back on and see if it turns on. If it doesn't turn on, then we are in deep trouble. I would just go ahead and remove the RAM one by one and go ahead and plug the power cable in and go one by one to see if this would fix itself by removing the RAM. Could be a bad RAM, could be that the RAM just needs to be reseated, just removed, cleaned out a little bit. I am not using compressed air, neither an air compressor. That could be a death sentence to these, especially a fan like that. If you push it really hard with compressed air or an air compressor, it can spin up the fan to the point and it's going to start rattling because it will fail. What I use is just a gentle brush, and I'm just literally holding the fan down with my finger and literally brush this dirt away, and it comes out very easily, very nicely. So as a beginning, I'm just gonna do that, and same thing, clean out the slot for a RAM. Sometimes this can cause interesting issues, so let's make sure that everything is clean and everything is reseated. I don't see any dirt in here. Okay, so this is set, and even a solid state, if it comes down to that, then we can still remove the solid state and see if that would be helpful to boot this laptop back on. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and connect the charger. And see if the charging light comes on the side of the laptop. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect the charging cable and see if the light comes on. And look at that, the light is on a side which we haven't seen yet. I see broken plastic everywhere. This Vostro 3520 is not the greatest quality, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and hit the power button and see what happens. See if the laptop boots up. The charging light is no longer on, which is a concern. I'll plug this in one more time. Yeah, so when I hit the power button, I can see that the backlit keyboard comes alive and it's running. So hopefully this laptop will start posting the Dell logo and start going into the BIOS. I'm gonna be patient and I'm gonna wait and see if that will happen or not. There we go. So we got a Dell logo. Let's see what's the message about. The time and date is not set, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut this thing down. So the laptop is down. I'm gonna disconnect the power cord, and I'm gonna go ahead and connect the battery back and see what's gonna happen after that. So maybe the battery is shorting the laptop out, the circuit board out. Make sure it's all the way plugged in. And now, without doing anything, I'm gonna go ahead and connect the power cord. And if that light is not gonna come on, then we know there is a problem with the battery. If the light is on, then we know that things gonna be working. So let's connect the power cord. And yeah, so the light is on. Let's go ahead and turn this laptop on and see if it would boot up again. So as soon as I hit the power button, I see the backlit keyboard comes alive. Hopefully the Dell BIOS or Dell logo is gonna start up. Very promising. Let's see if this machine goes into Windows. Normally what I see in here is Windows updates. It's most common that something happens during Windows updates, since Windows update can update your BIOS. That is totally normal, so that's might be the case what's causing this, but it's been more frequent when I would like to see it. Okay, so the laptop is on. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. The battery is actually fully charged, which is very interesting. So in a lot of cases, the battery runs completely itself out. This time, that's not the case. I'm gonna shut this guy down. Shut down. And we're gonna review this laptop. The build quality is absolutely terrible. I have broken plastic everywhere, and this is a 1-year-old laptop technically. So if this is not functional still for you, so removing the battery, removing the RAM, removing the solid state, reseating everything is still not yield with any result with the laptop being functional, then we have a problem. So if your laptop is under warranty, that is great. If it's not under warranty, a lot of people forget or not aware that you can purchase extended warranty at any given time. Sometimes the price is reasonable, sometimes it's questionable. Like it gets, as the laptop goes older, this price gonna keep going up, because if it's newer, there is less chance that something will happen and the manufacturer has to step in. So here's what you can do is, if it's a Dell laptop, it's an HP, or it's an Lenovo, I don't know other manufacturers how they do, but once you go on a different computer to the manufacturer site and put your serial number in it, it's almost always offers right off the bat that if your warranty is expired, to buy extended warranty. Look at the regular warranty and look at accidental damage included. I don't know what happened to the laptop. I wasn't there, so maybe this is just a failed. If this still doesn't work, it could be just a failed motherboard. It could be a failed BIOS update. It could be something that somebody dropped it and you're not even aware of it, or has some kind of spill. Something got spilled on it. You're also not aware of it. Maybe a coworker were using it, maybe a child, and they not give you that information that something happened with your laptop. I would get the accidental damage. Maybe you're gonna look at 130, 250, or even $300. And then for 1 year, you got full coverage and you have accidental damage. So if you call the manufacturer, depends on what kind of warranty you just purchased or what kind of warranty you had, they might gonna come to your home and fix up this laptop. Now, if you paid $500 for this laptop a year ago, this might not make any sense. If this laptop was $1,000, was a $1,500 laptop, or anything over that, then it's definitely worth it. With Dell, I'm not aware of to being any kind of restriction. With Lenovo, when you're buying any kind of extended warranty with accidental damage, they make you wait for 30 days before you can do a claim. So if you have another laptop, that's great. If it's an expensive laptop, I would just buy that and let them have it, let them fix it. They know this is what people do. It's not against the rules or the laws. So yeah, you can do that. They're offering it, and hopefully you can fix up your device. So why are we opening a ticket even if we can fix this while we still have warranty? We're establishing a service history. I talked to several end users who were telling me that the laptop what they had, the warranty expired like 2 months ago, but previously they had issues after BIOS update, and they'll either replace the motherboard or send that tech out and revive the computer somehow. So there was some kind of service history that the laptop did not turn on. And once the warranty expired, actually quite a few people reported me that once the warranty is expired and they reached out to Dell after a month or 2 months, Dell still stepped up and replaced the motherboard again for free. So this is a story what I love to hear. This is not a sponsored channel. This is not a sponsored video. You are the only supporter of this channel by clicking on a video, hitting like, and potentially hitting a subscribe button and hitting the bell. I would really appreciate it. So let's put back the bottom cover, and we're gonna review this laptop. I'm a Dell fan by choice. I work for a small but independent shop, and we have a freedom to choose anything, and Dell has been really good for us so far. What I don't like to see is the quality of this. However, this laptop was $500 or $600 about a year ago. I talked to a business owner who were telling me how much they like this Vostro 28520 because they use it as a desktop. They have a monitor, a mouse, and a keyboard connected to that, and it's fast. And the crazy thing is, the build quality is not that great, not that strong. But I had a Lenovo Yoga here at the studio a couple days ago, and this Vostro has an i7 CPU in it, a lower end than what that beautiful Lenovo Yoga had, and this Vostro runs faster than the Lenovo Yoga, which is with a higher end CPU, which is quite a surprise for me. So let's put everything back together, and we're gonna hit the power button one more time and see what will happen.